Yeah. You already know what it is, man. It's your boy John Switch, the great one, not the fake one, man. Back with another reaction. Today I got something for the hip hop heads, the historians, all that, man. Before we get into it, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I appreciate y'all. The videos going up, the page going up. Hit the Instagram page too, Hazie Visions. Today we got Gene Deal talking about Biggie last weekend, man. R.I.P. Biggie, man. R.I.P. Miss Wallace. She just passed. But let's get into it though, man. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, like I said. And shout out to our sponsor, Apparel Zone Inc. Shout out to Art of Dialogue. Let's get into it. Shout out Gene Deal. They say he be cat, but we're
Biggie,
going to
man,
see.
the night he got killed, man. Before we get into that, my man, take me through that weekend and everything leading up to that incident. Because Biggie, he got killed on a Sunday after he left the Vibe party. But I want you to paint the picture for us, man, and just take us through everything that happened that weekend. Because that Saturday, the day prior to Biggie getting killed, y'all actually went to a basketball game. I think Snoop, Dogg Pound, and Mace attended that game. So yeah, man, just paint the picture for us, man. Just tell us everything that happened leading up to that Sunday night when Biggie got killed, man.
Well, I can tell you what I know about it. I know it's some radio station doing some kind of celebrity basketball game or whatever, charity, whatever the situation was. And I know Stevie J and Mace had went. I know Big and them didn't go, Puff didn't go. So we was in front of, I think it was the hotel right across from the House of Blues. And the name may have been the Millennium or Malaya. The name escapes me, but everything in the hotel is white. When you go in your room, everything is white. The hotel is, they have parties on the roof and all that shit like that. So Stevie J and one of Stevie J friends and Mace come up in a white drop top Benz, right? And I says to Mace, I said, man, you supposed to be from Harlem. I said, you driving around here in a drop top Benz. Don't you know these motherfuckers will bust you down your butt? They'll blow your head down to the white meat. Oh man, Stevie J said his man is real out here and everything like that. I said, I ain't got shit to do with what he real. Nigga, you a trophy for some of these cats. No, I'm good, Gene. I'm good. I said, you good? He said, yeah, man. I went to this game and everything like that. He started telling his story how they just wanted Big and Puff. The crowd was against them. The niggas that he was around them, they just wanted Big and Puff. I was like, yeah. I said, did you tell Big them? Did you tell Puff them? So I know him and Puff had a conversation about the game and everything, what happened and all like that. But I don't know if him and Big had the conversation. Because Mace knew that Big was leaving. And Mace knew that Big didn't like him. Because every time Mace be around, it's funny that Big would say a little slick shit out of his mouth like, this nigga went from murder Mace to just Mace. He was murder Mace, and now he's just Mace. You understand? So that shit was funny right there to me. And he used to always just go at this kid. You know what I'm saying? But he was like that with a lot of Puff artists.
Now, I'm not going to lie. That's a strong allegation. But if that's true, that's some shit. And that's why you always got to treat people the right way, man. You can't be little bro and niggas and shit like that all the time. Look, now that's some valuable information you're supposed to hear about. You missed out on it. Damn.
Murder Mace, and now he's just Mace. You understand? So that shit was funny right there to me. And he used to always just go at this kid. You know what I'm saying? But he was like that with a lot of Puff artists. You understand? If you wasn't from Brooklyn and you represent Junior Mafia, he was a little funny with you. You know what I mean? So Mace,
that's crazy.
Whether he told Big or not, he didn't come to that party, and he wasn't going to that party. And still today, Mesa tell you that the reason he didn't go to the party is because I was in the room with Brandy. But when he had a conversation with me that same night when Big got killed, he calls me and said, yo, Gene, Brandy was calling me, telling me to come out the room so we could go to the party. So if she was in your room, why was she calling you, telling you, come, let's go to the party? See, people forget what they say and how they say it. So now, a day or two go by. You know, we go to the movies. Puff is chilling with Sally Richardson, another one of Pac's girls, allegedly. So he leaves to go to Andre Harrell's house. He said, Gene.
This nigga telling everything. He telling who girls are who's, all that type of shit. This nigga Gene. Make a good interview though.
Puff is chilling with Sally Richardson, another one of Pac's
tell the
girls,
whole story.
Allegedly.
We'll paint the whole picture for you.
So he leaves to go to Andre Harrell's house. He said, Gene, I got the day off. I said, cool. So I'm thinking I got the day off, that we ain't going to the party, but it's the day off. You know what I'm saying? Because he was chilling with Kim. So he had to earlier that day, he told me to go get Kim stuff from Gucci. So I went over to Gucci and got Kim whatever she had ordered or whatever like that, brought it to him or whatever. So now I'm chilling at the hotel. I'm chilling at the Beverly Hills Hotel and everything, just chilling. I get a phone call, say, yo, we going to the party. I say, we going to the party? Yeah, we going to the party. So then limousine picked me up. I come in the house. So I come through the front. I don't come through the back. I come through the front, Paul right there. I say, Paul, I got to talk to Puff. He said, what's up? I said, them niggas are coming to kill us tonight. You understand? Now,
that's a crazy statement. Crazy statement right there.
I say, Paul, I got to talk to Puff. He said, what's up? I said, them niggas are coming to kill us tonight. You understand? Now, I done had a conversation with D-Rock. You understand? I had a conversation with Kirk Burrows, head of security. I had a conversation with Paul. You understand? About this. He said, so you gonna tell Puff? I said, yeah, I'm gonna tell Puff. So Puff come, I call Puff. He said, yeah, Gene. He's at the top of the steps. And I said, yo, Puff, I got some intel. Hey, what? I said, yo, some dudes gonna come and kill us tonight. They come to this party, they come and get us tonight. He says to me, Gene, I don't want to hear that shit. If you don't want to go, you ain't gotta go. Now, as far as I know, it's only 3 guns in the room. There's only 3 guns in the room. And all 3 of them are owned by me. Do you understand what I'm saying? Paul don't have one. D-Rock don't have one. None of those 11, 12 guys that was with us don't have no guns. So, when he says that to me, I'm feeling like shit. I go in the next room. It's a bunch of cats in there. There's Southside Crip named D-Mac. A few other guys.
Tell me.
Chuck Bone. Some of the people from the street team. Say about 6 or 7 guys all together. And it's this long wooden table and a telephone. So I calls the block. Right? When I call the block, Sean picks up the phone. I say, yo, Slick there? And he said, yeah, he in the game room. I guess I could hear one of my friends named Shay. And she said, Sean, who that on the phone? Who that phone for? He said, Gene for Slick. So she came to the phone, right? And so I started talking to her. This is before Big got killed. So then next, Slick came to the phone, my man. So it's my god brother. I'm like this, yo. I got some information, bro. Not only shit Unique told me, he called from the Fed joint. Chaz told me that it's gonna go down. Some shit gonna go down tonight, bro. It's gonna be some, maybe it ain't gonna be no. What he said? He said, it ain't gonna be no industry niggas. You know what I'm saying? That's what he said. This ain't gonna be no industry shit. There's some shit gonna go down right there. So then I talked to my man who was with Jodeci.
All right, wait. Before we keep going, how y'all feel about the story right now? Because it's a few holes, but I'm not sure if he telling it. Maybe he meant to tell. He told part 4 before he told part 3, because it sounds like it's a little backwards. Because how did you know they was coming to kill you before you made that phone call? Let me see. Or did I miss it? Let me see.
And Jodeci wasn't coming to the party.
Let me know how y'all feel.
And he said, man, y'all shouldn't go to the party either. He wouldn't elaborate or get into it, but you could tell from a conversation that wasn't a bad thing. That wasn't a good thing for us to do. So now, something just came over me, and I just started beating the table after I hung up the phone. And D-Max said, what's wrong with you? I said, man, these niggas come to kill it. Y'all niggas laughing and joking like it's a fucking joke or something like that. Y'all playing like it's a joke. These niggas finna come at us today. He talking about, we lock and load together. We lock and load together. I said, I don't see none of you niggas locking. I don't see none of you niggas loading nothing. Got up from the table, walked outside. Guess who outside? The Notorious Big, D-Rock.
Strong allegations right here. Like, this shit is kind of crazy, low-key, when you listening to what he's saying. Like, but why nobody giving no details? And then you got to have divine intervention. If somebody telling you don't go, I'll be like, if more than one person telling you don't go, Mason told you, now Jodeci telling you, Sean told you, Nick told you, why would y'all go?
Hold together. I said, I don't see none of you niggas locking. I don't see none of you niggas loading nothing. Got up from the table, walked outside. Guess who outside? The Notorious Big, D-Rock, Lil C's. So this is the first time I've seen Lil C's all week. Other than the day when Big was leaving the hotel after they got, put out the hotel for the fights and shit like that. The first time I seen Lil C's. So I said, yo, Big, some niggas gonna try to come kill us tonight, bro. Lil C say out his mouth, go ahead on with that old cop shit, Gene. You think you know everything. And I told that little nigga, I said, nigga, I know one thing. You need to get you a GED where they don't cheat you out your money like they did your man right here. You know what I'm saying? Talking to Big. That's when Big said to himself, Big said to me, yo, Gene, go ahead with that bullshit before I have Tone and D-Rock hold you while Lil C's get his shit off. And I said, all that shit sound good. It may make you feel good, but it won't be healthy. And next you know, Puff was coming out the door, said, come on, let's go. And that's when we went to the Vibe party.
Movie shit.
You know what I'm saying? Got to the Vibe party. I went up to the door before they got out the truck, and I grabbed Chris Lattimore, and I said, Chris, everybody's down there. So like they said, yeah, tell them go through. So 23 of us went through the door, and he guided them up where their table was at. Now, I think they only had 12 bottles of champagne left when we got there. And Puff told them to bring them all the champagne that they had left. So got a few bottles, started giving to the girls on the other table that you can't see from the pictures we in. So then Big told Lil C's to go try to find some smoke. You understand? So Puff went up to the DJ booth. I'm with Puff all the time. So then Puff comes back and he said, yo, Gene, stay next to Big. Right? So when he said stay next to Big, I took my gun out and put it up under my shirt and kept my hand behind my back like that. And D-Rock came over to me. He said, yo, Gene, I ain't never seen you look like this, nigga. I said, this shit is serious, nigga. It's going to go down. It's going to go down. So now, Lil C's is bringing girls back, and Big, they on the side and they smoking with Big. You understand? Puff is bringing girls over talking about, yo, Gene, remember this. Remember her, Gene. Just like he had brought like 3, 4, maybe 5 girls out the whole time, just coming back to, yo, remember her. I was like, yo, then Big at one time say, yo, how the fuck is Gene gonna remember all them girls? You understand? So I took a napkin, off the table, put my gun on, took a napkin off the table, took my pen out, and I put, I'll remember on a white napkin, right? So when Puff came over and said, yo, Gene, remember her. You understand? I said, what's your name, Mom? Just like that. She told my name, and then Big looked around at me, and I just put the paper up in front of his face, and it said, I'll remember. And that nigga he had a smile on his face, man. I still remember that shit from the day. The smile he had on his face when I did that shit to him. You know what I'm saying?
Let me know in the comments if y'all believe Gene had a pen in his pocket.
So next thing you know, we hear the fire department is shutting down the place. So they turn the music off and everything. The fire department is walking through. I said, let me go downstairs and move the trucks in front of the door where we came in. So when Lil C said we was waiting on our trucks, no, you wasn't waiting outside, because when you got outside, those trucks was right there. We were going slow because Big was taking his time because the nigga couldn't hardly walk. He couldn't hardly walk.
See, that's the thing. Why would y'all have him out there in sharp waters? He can't walk. He just got in a car accident. The nigga got a cane, and he damn near 400 pounds in a crowded place. Why would y'all have him there? I can see damn near why people say it's a setup. Like, he ain't had to promote that shit out of LA. You based out of New York. You could have went anywhere and promoted that shit. You was about to go to London and all types of shit. You should have went to that London trip. Damn.
So now
Crazy.
they get in the car. So I'm thinking we about to leave, because we never stay at no spot once people get loaded up. Then Puff all of a sudden said, oh, Paul and them ain't got their car out yet. When have you ever cared about that shit? Let the motherfuckers catch up. Let's get the hell out of here.
Puff doing stuff out the north.
You know what I'm saying? They got cell phones. They know where we going, because they had made it their mind to go to Steve Stout's house up in the
cell
hill.
phones in 96?
Now, it was 23 of us. Don't you know, it was about, I think, 11 or 12 of us that left. The other niggas had left, knowing the situation. They'd already left the party. It was all love in the party. That's what Lil C said. You understand? But 12 of our guys had left the party. Feel me? So now, we get in the car. Puff still going to get girls. Talking about, Gene, remember her. Gene, remember her. I like, yo, Big, what the fuck is going on, man? We need to get the fuck up out of here. Then Big said, that's your man. So now we move to the driveway. Now, Big is right here behind us. No. So now this guy comes over there. He has a blue and white shirt on, right? And he's coming from the direction where the Muslim guy came from. He's coming from, and he just stops. And then he just walks through. Now, about 5 minutes later, the Muslim guy come down there, right? When he comes out, he stops. You see, like he's going towards Puff car, then he stops. Because I pull my gun, I take my gun from under my shirt and pulls it down. And we look at each other, and the motherfucker just turned around and went back down the street. So now we move on to the street. We come out the driveway and move on to the street. Puff is right here. Big is right there. Now Paul and them pulls up in back of us. Across the street is Big's friend who was at the house with us in a white Land Cruiser. So now I tell Paul and them, I'm in front of Big's them car. Big them is talking to the girls them right there. I say, yo, Paul, follow us. We about to get out of here. He said, yeah, all right. So he tells Big them, yo, we about to get out of here and everything. We right there, they can hear us, have a conversation. So now I get and try to get on top of the car, like on the side of the car, like the CIA does and everything like that. And Puff said, yo, Gene, get in the car or you ain't gonna work no more for Bad Boy, this, that, and I'm like, yo. So when I got in the car, I said, yo, Kenny, run the next 3 lights. It was a flashing red light. If you check the specs at that time and that night, the FBI will tell you that light was a flashing red light. We blew the light. When we blew the light, Bignum didn't come behind us. So we stopped on the other side of the street. We stopped on the other side of the street. Tone said somebody pointing a gun at Bignum. Somebody pointing a gun at Bignum because he could see, because Tone is behind me. I'm sideways, my legs is facing the driver because Puff had pulled his seat all the way back. I'm like, man, what the fuck is you doing? You understand? So me and him just had a heated argument. So our guest is, he trying to show something to me. He tried, he trying to like get at me like, yo, all right, fuck you then, nigga. I'm gonna make your legs hurt or some shit like that. So I'm sideways like that. So we say they got a gun up here. I goes to open the door. Next thing you know, we heard pop, 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 pop. Kenny guns the car going forward.
Scary.
I said, Kenny, what the fuck is you doing? He said somebody shooting at Bignum. I said, Kenny, turn this over. I'm cussing at him, telling him to turn the car around. You understand? Kenny don't stop until we get down the block. Then he turns and
Kenny was part of it.
Come back, we see the car just
Kenny might have been in on it.
Making that right turn because he's right on the corner. He's making the right.
Now I can't say Kenny was scared because your natural reaction might be to pull off.
Right time jet. So we go directly in front of the car. We stop directly in front of the car. You understand? Puff jumps out, run around. You understand? I get out and I'm right behind Puff. And then Tone said, Gene, come on. So I hops in the car with Tone and we drive and we start chasing the car. So we turned the car. We made a right turn and then we started driving. And then it seemed like we was going up some kind of like hill. You know what I'm saying? When we got to the top, we looked, we seen the car when they turned that right. We seen the car when they turned that other right. They made a right, and right there, made another right. And then we ain't see the car no more. Not no lights, no nothing. I said, Tone, let's get back, bro. See, we don't know what's going back. Because I know I left one of my guns with Paul. I had the other 2 on me. So now we get back to the car. I walks down the street. When I walk down the street, little people had congregated.
Now I'm saying, think about it. That nigga had a professional getaway driver. He hit all rights. You know how hard it is to be going full speed and hit a right in the car? Yo, totally as shit.
So now we get back to the car. I walks down the street. When I walk down the street, little people had congregated. I just got on one of the pillows and I chilled. And that's when I heard DJ Quick say what he said. He said what he said. So, and that was, I heard they got one of them bad boy niggas. They said they was gonna get him. So now,
damn.
I'm going, Quick is in the middle of the driveway. So I'm going towards him, and Paul comes and grab me, and Paul said, yo, Gene, what you doing down here, man? We about to go. So we get back up to Bignum car. When I get back up to Bignum car, Puff is asking Kenny, do you know where the hospital is at? Kenny said, yeah, I know where the hospital is. So then Kenny now is in the driver's seat of Big's car. So I said, whatever y'all do, don't let him go to sleep. Don't let him go to sleep. And Kenny said, yo, Big, I'm going to get you to the hospital. And Big said, just do it. So I didn't see him no more until we got to the hospital and we was pulling him out the car. And another thing, bro, when Lucy's talking about we was jumping curves and all that shit and running lights, not at all. It took us 30 minutes or something like that to get to the hospital, bro. I didn't think he was dead because I didn't see no blood. I didn't see no blood. And then, like I just said, I told them to keep him up. When I heard him say, just do it. If an ambulance would have came.
Yeah, why not call an ambulance?
He probably would have survived.
Now think about this. If you listen to what he said, right? He said the place was just shut down because of a fire. Now everyone know whenever the fire trucks pull up, all of 911 pulls up. There's going to be 2 cops out there and the paramedics might pull up. So all they had to do was probably make a call, and around the building, somebody already on standby could have been there and saved Big. Damn, but in a frantic situation like that, bro, somebody got to be calm and think. Damn.
And it was an ambulance just around the corner on the other side of the museum. But nobody was thinking at that time.
Wow.
How was
everything
it
I just said
for y'all when he was pronounced dead? Like, was y'all scared? Was y'all trying to get out the city? Like, what was the reaction after that?
Yeah,
once it was pronounced that he passed away.
But before I answer that, I want to go back to the car scene, brother. You know what I'm saying? Because Lil C's told you something about that they ran to the back of the car. Them niggas ran down the street, bro. They ran down the street. And it's all right. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? They put the car in park instead of driving off, because it's easy to push on the gas. And somebody on my program told me, say, yo, Gene, why would he put the car in park and let Big take those gunshots? And when he heard the first shot, why he just didn't push on the gas and leave? That still got me dumbfounded. You know what I mean? They had ran down the block because that's when D-Rock got back. Because we was right there, me and Puff was right there. When we got out the car, we was right there for a couple of minutes, a minute or two. And then when they got back to the car, that's when D-Rock said, oh, they got my man. He grabbed his head and told me they got my man. So Lil C's talking about, who, if you that scared to jump out the damn car, why would you run in the back of the car? Come on, man. It's all right. Y'all was down the block. Even the security, even Big's own security, and one dude was a cop, was down the block too.
Bro, that be the main thing we be saying about these security guards, bro. They got a family and shit they got to go home to too, man. They don't love you more than they love themselves or their kids, bro. You can't go out there with no fugazi-ass security team, man. RP Big, man. That story was crazy. A little bit of holes, a little loopy, but okay, Gene. We hear what you talking about, man. I gotta get one of Gene Deal books, man. See how he worded it. I want to see what Gene Deal talking about. See his argument skills, man. See what he writing about. See how he write, how he put it together, man. I gotta check one of Gene Deal books out. Shout out Gene Deal. Shout out Art of Dialogue. It's your boy, man. John Switch the Great One, not the fake. Hate you already.